Hello everybody and welcome to the Charlotte Motor Speedway from Concord, North Carolina. I'm your host, Crimson_Inso, and I'm here with my co-commentator for today's event, Ally. Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing great, and I'm ready here for a great day of racing here in Charlotte.
Yeah, and of course, 133 laps of action. This is the final season that this race is 200 miles, so starting in Season 5, we're adding another 100 to that. It'll be a 50% race of the real-life Coca-Cola 600 run on Memorial Day weekend. So, that's going to be very fun, but for now, we're going to celebrate the final time that we run this race as a regular 200-mile intermediate race. Anything you'd like to say about that, Ally?
Um, I don't exactly know what to say about that, but I can tell you what I expect to see here today. I expect a lot of hard racing, as you obviously know because you're the league owner. The chase is coming to a close. The season's coming to a close. The penultimate race of the year here from PRA, and our real contenders seem to be Real Napa, Savage, and DB. And
And
I
DB,
believe,
DB isn't here. The other three are. So that's a huge thing right now. It's gonna hurt DB's chances into this championship fight.
well, yeah, and Real starting on the pole here. He needs a really good race, and he needs Napa and Savage to do bad. There's a chance of that here. And Real, speaking of Real, he is on the pole. I think that should transition pretty good into our interviews.
Yeah. Well, let's start by interviewing, of course, your pole sitter for today's event. Uh, do you have time for an interview, Real? We leave at 6:30. 6:30. That's 7:30 here. Okay, so he has like an hour and a half, so chances aren't completely gone. But he's AFK. Alright, so we'll interview him last, I guess? Like,
Like
maybe we'll
maybe some
interview him during pre-race pacing. But how about we start with the guy on the outside of the front row in the number 1 Napa. He, of course, your season 3 champion. He's also had an alright season. He got some wins. I think his first career win came earlier this season. And of course, right now he's fighting to be the first 2-time champion in PRA history. Hey Napa, how you doing?
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It feels good to be in my number 1 jockey scheme. It's a very nice, patriotic.
Yeah, of course. And starting second on the outside only if you really know what you're doing are you able to make it work around here. It's a very single groove track with this car. So how are you planning to keep up front off the start of this race and hopefully hopefully maintain position throughout the course of the race to put yourself in a spot to win here tonight?
I'm probably just gonna focus on myself. Don't mind about anyone wrecking in the back, and hopefully get away, get some stage points, and hopefully get the win.
Yeah, and of course, you're only 2 points behind DB, so you're really in the fight for that second career championship right now, Napa. Any feelings on that right now?
I'm a little shocked that he passed me that quickly, but I'm still gonna beat him. Mark my words.
Alright, loving the confidence. Anything you'd like to say, Ally?
So I believe you are a champion here.
Yes,
Last
he's
season?
the Season 3
Yeah.
champ.
So how does it really feel going for your second title, and for the second season in a row? And does that really push any? Does that really put any pressure on you?
Kind of does. This is my first championship I'm actually trying to fight for, other than last season where people were just not showing up to races, which just kind of just like handed me the win because I showed up to every race.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So,
weird.
yeah, so of course, lots of pressure. You also have 1,000 Robux on the line. This is a huge event. There's lots of pressure. How are you handling the pressure before we move on to our next interview?
I'm handling it pretty good. I'm feeling pretty confident today.
Beast. There you go. That should you. Let me know if it didn't. Alright then. Well, thank you for your time. Good luck. Starting on the front row on the outside here, Nappa. Go ahead and rejoin VC. Alright. Well then, of course, driver of the number one, he's feeling pretty confident. But, there's, but, he may not be the most confident. We're gonna skip over Savage. We'll save his interview for for post race because that's fun. We're gonna go over to the only Toyota in the field, the only Toyota remaining in this league as of right now. Storm in the number 19. You've had an up and down season, though you haven't gotten that win yet. Do you think you can do it today, Storm?
Yeah, I maybe. I found a good fuel saving line during my little 10 minutes of practice. So, hoping I can beat everyone out on strategy. I can't be fast.
Alright then. Well, of course, starting mid-pack, you're going to have some work to do, especially because this track is a relatively high-speed track. We've never tried this kind of setup at intermediates before, so it's going to be unique for everyone. So, passing's going to be harder, but pit stops, pit road gets people a lot of the time, and wrecks get people. So, you just got to be consistent. But of course, consistency's been a struggle for you. How are you planning on helping that consistency struggle today to put yourself in position to win?
Music.
That's what I said.
I'm just gonna listen to music during this.
Uh,
Because then, because I'm gonna listen to music and then I'm gonna be more chilled out and then I won't be thinking that much about it. So
kind of
because
gets you into a
last time
calm,
it was, like,
relaxed rhythm and
pressure.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. And I think I'm peaking, so I'm gonna lower that a little bit. There we go.
I'm
Like,
feeling
oh.
good.
Alright then. Well, anything you'd like to ask Storm here, ally?
Not much other than good luck here today at Charlotte in your Monster Energy Toyota.
Thank you.
Alright then. And we're gonna go ahead and end interviews there. It'll be a short one. Go ahead and rejoin VC if you haven't yet, Storm. But we're gonna end interviews there, especially because I don't remember in the Coke 600. Do they have their little like bugle moment of silent thing before or after national
Yeah, like
anthem?
halfway.
Is it before or
They
national?
do?
No, they have a moment of silence at halfway. I know that, but like there's like a bugle or something at the start. Well, whatever. We'll just have. Do we have a moment of do we have a halfway point in a 133 lap race? I don't think we do. I guess at the end of
How many
stage
laps do we
2 we can just count it as halfway and do our moment of silence. Yeah, I suppose that works. Yeah, we'll do it at the end of stage 2. We'll pull it down and have our moment of silence. But anyways, let's go ahead and for the second to last time this season, of course, and this time, our patriotic event, I just need to do one quick thing. We're going to, of course, have our national anthem. And let me quickly vote the bot, and then we'll do that real quick. I have the national anthem ready, mostly. Other than the bot. Yep, let me vote. Vote? Oh, I need to log in? Frick you. Why wasn't I logged in? I don't know. But overall, just such an exciting day. So much going up to this, and these drivers, are fighting for 1,000 Robux, so it's going to be exciting. But anyways, please stand and remove your hats for the national anthem here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And we are ready to go racing from the Coca-Cola 200. And, it's about time to get this patriotic weekend underway from Charlotte, North Carolina. Alright, that's good, Real. Just run what you can. Alright, well then, I suppose we shall get started. Alright then. Pace speed is 90 miles an hour. Use standard roll-off procedure. Once I, of course, tell you to. 133 laps. Stage 1, 40. Stage 2 goes to 80. And then Stage 3, of course, is going to go the rest. And we'll have a break. Oh, wait, I just forgot we need to do the command. Thanks for reminding me. We need to do the command. But, yeah, so it's going to be an exciting one. And, I'm seeing a lot of Napa, so... And now, for the command from the Coca-Cola 200 in the Charlotte Motor Speedway, presented by Season 3 champion, driver of the number 1, and, he's going to be rolling off second here, Napa.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines!
And I forgot to turn up my audio. Whoops! Anyway, all engines are fired up here from Charlotte, and we're ready to put on a show. Napa, we ready to do... Not Napa, Ally, we ready to do this?
Yeah.
Alright then. Let's do this. Pace speed's 90 miles an hour. Stay single file for now. Use standard roll-off procedure. You can go ahead and pace. Well,
So the
let's...
cars roll off.
Yeah, as the
Roll
cars...
off here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's dial up real in the 48.
Well, first, of course, we have our starting lineup, and then we'll go ahead and dial up real quick. Anyway, in row number 1, we have the number 48 pole sitter for IR Motorsports. That's Real. And on his outside, I'm sorry. And on his outside, we have Napa in the 1.
So in row 2, we have the driver of the 77, Savage, and driver of the number 8, Vic. He was very controversial last week in Pocono I'll do a basically a chase recap later while we were pacing for that. And
Yeah, and then
yeah.
in our third row, we have the 19 of Storm and the 92 of Rich, with a mid-pack kind of towards the rear, though, starting position here in the 92.
And in the last row, rounding out the field, we have the 99, not quite sure who that is, and Red.
Red rounding out your field for IR Motorsports. The entire field here in an IR sandwich. But anyways, here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, let's go ahead and dial up pole sitter real quick for a quick interview. Hey, Real, it's Crimson and Ally in the PRA booth. You got us?
Got you.
All right. Well, starting on pole, it's looking like a better day for you here, Real. What's your plan in this number 48, especially knowing that you have to go halfway through?
Well, really just when I gotta go, because I got told last second we were going out, so really just gonna try to do whatever I can throughout my run.
All right then. Well, let me just quickly change laps. Change all laps, like -2, I don't know. Alright then. Well, I wish you luck in this number 48 reel, starting on the pole. Anything that you would like to say, Ally?
Well, after Pocono, you seemed, pretty gloom about your, chase run here in the 48. Do you think you can find a way to turn it around, especially with, leaving in the middle of the race, or, do you think that your chase run is, that's pretty much over?
Well, everything's great. You know, playoff run still can be active, and just haven't shut up. And you know, anything can happen. But if I have to go right before the end of the race, I'm gonna rage quit. But I don't know. Anything can happen. I'm hoping that I can do this race before I have to go. Yeah.
Alright then. Well, thank you for your time, Real. Go ahead and rejoin VC, or do you want me to do that for you?
Do it for me. I'm kind of pacing right now.
Alright. There we go. Alright then.
So,
Go ahead and quickly do your chase recap.
okay, with the chase recap, we start at Dover. Savage leads for most of the race. Napa mixed in there. Vaughn steals it on the last lap for the second. I'm not quite sure what win of his career, but and then we go to Magello. Core sweeps the stages and wins for Napa. Then we head to Chicagoland for the closest finish in PRA history, 0.026 seconds. DB is the winner. Then DB goes for 2 in a row. There in Pocono, a very controversial race. Of course, it was the last race, and now we're here. But everybody seemed mad at Vic at the end of there. Some people had some very choice words. Vic got sent
Yep.
to the back of the
Get
running
double
order.
here down the back at GT. Outside's gonna hold on. Outside's turning less than they need to. Like, you don't need to turn too much, and you need to go maybe a little faster than the inside through turns 3 and 4 here. Anyways, sorry to cut you off, but we're about ready to go green from Charlotte in the Coca-Cola 200. Go when you see green on the ticker. Here we go. And we're underway for PRA's Throwback, not Throwback, Patriotic Weekend.
And there's a wreck at the back. Saves it. Sorry.
As lap 1 does come to an end, Real barely leads it over Napa. If that was the finish, that would be insane. But, of course, some cars got together further back early on here from Charlotte. Definitely not what some drivers wanted, but we're going almost 3 wide for the lead as Napa and Real continue to duke it out. Napa now gonna manage to get the clear here in Charlotte.
Through 3 and out, 4 they go. Napa is the leader. Savage looking past
Vic
the
TTB,
48.
I watched you corner cut there.
Savage does he did say
That's not to the
that
back.
Charlotte's
I want you behind
is
red.
one of his better tracks, so he can obviously continue for the win. Here is closing up to the back at 77. The one.
Also, Vic, I don't want you typing. I just want you to listen to me. But anyway, as Napa continues to lead early on, and Real, of course, dropped back. That's not quite what he wants, of course, having to go midway through. All the bonuses he can get are useful, and please watch the wall back there. As Napa continues to lead in the chase, he's fighting for his second career championship. He won it in pretty good fashion in Season 3. He was consistent and had some good results, and it got him that championship. This time he has some wins, and he still has consistency. And right now, with this race, I believe he's guaranteed to pass DB in the points. Get out of the wall back there.
He did not show up as we got a pass for the lead. Savage to the lead. Real back on Napa. Real has a 5-point penalty after Pocono, which he didn't seem entirely optimistic about. But Savage to the lead here in Charlotte.
Yeah, Savage now gonna pick up some laps here in the Coca-Cola 200 early on in stage number 1. And honestly, this fast setup is turning out to be a success so far. I'm really enjoying what it's putting together. Looking further back, what happened with Storm? I think he got caught up in that lap 1 incident that we saw, and I think you actually pointed it out. And of course, we see Beast and Vic further back and rounding out the field as of right now. That number 88 of red, he's in P7 out of the 8 cars that started this event.
So just out of 2, there they go, down the back straightaway. Savage is still the leader. Now you're in code 200. I'm going to take a second to point out we have fundraisers for
the American Cancer Society and the Epilepsy Foundation of America. We're trying to raise $2,000 split evenly between the organizations for as long as these fundraisers are running. You can donate whatever you want, but it's just a kind gesture and it helps out a lot to those who need that help. The links are in the description down below.
Yes, we've got 3 chase drivers in the top 3 here in Charlotte, and they're all contending chase drivers, although Real seems a bit skeptical about his contendability. And Savage proven that Charlotte is actually one of his good tracks here.
Indeed. That 77 right now, continuing to lead. And if it goes at this pace, I think this is just going to be a nice, fun, smooth sailing race. But of course, stuff doesn't always go like that. And watch these guys further in the back of the pack. Storm, Beast, Vic, these 3 are all also in a group of their own. I'm wondering if they're going to get into some trouble here further back.
Head down the back straightaway. Down next to the Megatron. Not Megatron. I don't know what I'm saying here. That I'm just gonna call it the big television because that's what it is.
Vic is making a move.
So, I really have to look further back. Sorry.
As, of course, Vic made that move, but I'm surprised that these guys were aggressive enough to get themselves involved in a wreck, considering how important this race is, how much bragging rights you get from this race win, and, you know, there's 1,000 Robux on the line. Like, sure, there's stages, but it doesn't help when you're putting yourself in the back like this early on.
Yeah, and that could really set up your pace for the race. You could just be off for the entire race because of an early wreck. And you could just get used to running at the back of the pack. You're not making many moves that ages hurt you in the long term.
Yeah. As Savage continues to lead from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and Napa making a move here on Real, and into the wall goes the 1! I think he cut across the bumper of the 48. He manages to keep it straight, but that slows down both of them, especially the 1, which had just gotten by Real.
Now Vic making a move on Storm. Storm blocked him. As now Nappa back to the inside of the 48. On the inside of the 48, he was on the outside. 48 clears and blocks him.
Yeah, Real very good at this defensive driving. Although Savage, I would argue, he is harder to pass. Real isn't that easy to pass either. I mean, both of these guys, all three of these guys up here, very talented on both offense and defense.
Yeah, and I like to take a second to mention the PRA most popular driver vote
Nope.
is happening right now.
Oh, okay. I was just like, hey, you can't. You know what the talk we had?
Yeah, okay. But like,
Yeah,
you
it
know
is
what, I was
happening.
gonna do it again. Okay. It is happening. We might have a link for that in the description. but I
No,
have
link
honestly
is
no
in the
idea.
Discord server. You need to be part of the Discord server to partake in the vote. But that event is going on, and the vote will be lasting until the checkered flag flies in the championship race at Homestead. So you have 2 weeks after this race ends to pick your favorite driver. If you haven't yet, you only get 1 vote, so choose wisely. But very exciting vote.
As Zappa has completed the move on Real, he's gonna try to go forward and battle with Savage. They're all on lap 16 of 40 in the stage here in Charlotte. And of course, after stage 2, we'll have a moment of silence for the fallen soldiers of the United States. Yeah.
And of course, this race will mean just that much more when we host it on Memorial Day weekend. And I cannot wait for Season 5's running of this race. But of course, right now, we gotta stay in the moment. Season 4's running, and right now, Nappa and Real are trying to chase down Savage. Real cut down the gap by 4-ish tenths there on the 77. These two are trying to catch up and battle for the lead.
Nappa has 6 tenths to Savage. As Real's gonna get past the 1. I think the 1 hit the wall or something. So, that's definitely not gonna help him. It's gonna help Real and his quest to get back to the 77.
Yeah, Real in the 48, he's had an up and down season. He's gotten screwed out of a few wins, and this race, if he didn't have to go halfway, I feel like this could be a race he could contend for. It really sucks that he has to go, but he's going to try and make the most of it, get all the bonuses, get the stage points that he can to put himself in a spot where maybe he can win this championship.
So, as soon as okay, at the end of this lap, we will be halfway in stage 120 laps of racing to go in the stage, and that's a lot of time for these guys to make a ground on Savage, but they lost about 2 tenths last lap. So it doesn't seem like they're exactly succeeding at that.
Yeah. We'll have to see. It's these two battling. Each time that they start battling each other, they start losing. But when they just stick behind in a line, they start catching up to the 77. Like, see, right here, they lost more time on that 77.
And, let's talk about DB not showing up is probably the biggest, thing that could have gone wrong for him. And, yeah, I mean, he just couldn't. The points leader by 2 points on Nappa. As in the Discord, the PRA has a news article called The High Lane, which our very own Fishy, did their person, by the way, not a fish, they write, and the first article just dropped pre-race for Charlotte, so if you're going to go check that out, you can go do that right now.
Yeah. It's, of course, a short one, but it has a few stories, few picks, and of course, we're going to see the news start to become more and more common and much more plentiful as time goes on. But Savage has pulled to nearly a 2-second lead in the Coca-Cola 200, and right now, he's putting on a performance he wishes he could put on every weekend.
Nappa and Real still battling back here off of 4 when we were talking about the High Lane news article. The 1 got to the inside of the 48. He just couldn't make it work. And off of 4, let's take a look at the gap, and it
They
is
gained.
cut down a little.
Yeah, and it stayed mostly the same, but a very slight difference they gained. I think 200ths is about what they gained there.
I wouldn't be surprised if Real could stay up front. In the first couple laps of a run, that he could stay the leader, as he was the pole sitter. He can run fast laps here.
Without a doubt, I think he was, other than maybe DB, the fastest in terms of practice pace, and he's of course the fastest in qualifying pace. Right now in race pace, it's interesting. But look at that gap, now down to 1.5 seconds. Napa and Real working together. This is helping them a lot. They're cutting down the gap on this 77.
They cut it by 0.3 last lap. You can see the gains. So let's see what it's going to be this lap. It will be under a second.
Yeah, they're moving. Napa, once he found out he can push this 48, he's been letting the 48 do whatever in the corner, but he's been taking advantage of his better exit, and they've been pushing. I think that Real might have also been backing off a little bit and getting the push from Napa, and it's just slowly letting them reel in this 77. This is real teamwork here.
Just want to point out something funny, real teamwork. As they're about the same gap here. A bit of a lacking lap last time. Now Red in the very back of the pack. He may get lapped before the stage is over, but I don't know about that. As they head down the back straightaway.
Yeah, right now Red's just running his race. I think he's getting the hang of the track a little bit, trying to learn it, which is all good. And Napa makes a move there to the outside. I think it might have just been a mistake. Vic, watch the wall. I saw that. And it's, right now, I'm not sure if it's going the greatest for them, because they're starting to accidentally battle some more, and they're losing on this 77 again.
Now Red in the 88 car, then that car swept the stages last week with Core. Red could not show up, and Core had to leave, so the car did not run the rest of the race, and that could have led to really to DB winning, as the gap continues to grow by a 10th of that lap.
Yeah, they need to get back into their rhythm with that teamwork that they had building. And there you go. They're pushing here in Charlotte. Look at the run Real's going to have. He's reeling in this 77, and he's going to have a little bit of breathing room through the turn. Napa's going to give him that breathing room he needs, and is going to try and push him some more down the front, but I don't think it's quite enough.
And that is going to be a 4/10 maybe gain. I'm not quite sure.
I think 4.
But they're getting 4/10 gain. They're getting close to the 77 here. They might get his draft.
Oh no,
If
there's
there
no
is.
draft. There's no draft because the high speed setups. I didn't want pack racing.
Oh, I mean, it kind of looks like the 40 and the one you're drafting now.
Well, they're just pushing. There's still bump draft. There's no normal draft though.
Under 5/10 is the gap.
Yeah, and there are 10 laps to go in stage number 1 from Charlotte, and the field, the top 3, have all gotten within a second.
Now Real is pretty much lost Napa about 2/10 back, but Real is gaining on the 77 here. Off of 4 coming to the line. We're going to see the gap here, and it is 3/10. The 48 almost going for a move.
As long as he can keep up this momentum, he might get past to the back bumper of the 77. He's just going to have to push Savage this time. But he's just waiting on the perfect shot, seeing if he can get underneath. He has a foothold. Can Real make it stick? Not quite, but Real's there. An even smaller gap, because he's there. It's 0.134 for the 48.
Now 8 laps to go in stage number 1. They head off a 2, trying to make Savage hit the wall, make a mistake. Something like that. As you see, I believe that is Vic catching up to the 1. So that there's something could come out of that. And the 40 to the inside of the 77 backs out. Or just has to lift.
as Savage continues to lead in the Coca-Cola 200, but Real's there and he's fighting for the stage, and he's trying to get underneath this 77, but Savage is so hard to pass in this league. He is the hardest driver in PRA to pass, and it's showing right now.
And Real's not getting much of a run down the straightaways, and that's really where you would need to pass out the back. And he gets just underneath, but he has to lift off the corner, or he could be holding himself back to try to go for a last lap move.
Perhaps, but I don't know. It kind of looks like he's pushing it all he got. Oh, he gets into the wall. That's gonna hurt him.
Sorry for interrupting you.
You're fine.
I know.
And it's getting
Alright.
close. Real once again trying to move the 77 up. He gets to the inside, but he doesn't get that foothold.
I mean, the 77 he's just running the best line, the better line here. As the 48 on the outside, 77 lifts a little. That's gonna send him into the 48. Both cars still straight. Almost, you could say we almost had a wreck there.
Yeah, and I think these two battling is helping Napa to catch up and get involved in this.
So the 48 is gonna want to make a move soon. There's 4 laps to go in the stage, and he's got to stay in range at 77.
Yeah, but can he? That's the question here.
Napa is there now. He's coming up to the 48. The 48. I mean, when he hit the wall, it looked like he was definitely panicking, trying to go fast, pushing the car to the limits of what it can take. They head back down to 1.
And Real is just trying to find a way by, but look who's here. The one of Napa. It's a 3-car fight for the win of the stage, and look who else is catching up. It's Vic.
I wouldn't be surprised if some tempers are flared, some bumpers are banged. Well, they've already been doing that. And if somebody gets turned here, especially Savage, I mean, Savage is pulling off a great defensive here, but something could go wrong. So we're coming to white flag.
Oh, and Napa's there! Savage cuts him off! Savage just cut off the 1! Here we go,
That's weird.
white flag in stage 1 for the 77! Is Napa just gonna let Savage cut him off like that? I mean, I guess it's only a stage, but I don't know.
They head down the backstretch. The 1 behind the 77, and it doesn't look like anything can happen. 3 and 4 they go.
Here comes Napa! Napa! Napa just stole the stage! Napa just stole the stage! And Napa wins stage 1 from Charlotte. Pace 90 single file order of ticker. And Savage is out?
Oh my.
He's out of fuel!
I was not even paying attention to the fuel, let me tell you that. I thought it was a
thought
thing.
people could make it on fuel. Pits are open this time since people are running out of fuel.
Wow. And it's just amazing. Into the stage. Napa wins it, steals it from the 77. 77 runs out of fuel at the line.
Oh
Most likely
man, so
was
pits are
the-
open this time.
Run to see if I got out.
Oh my
No.
goodness.
So we're back up here in the commentary box as we watch the cars go down pit road. Rich is in a pit stall.
Rich has
Not his,
parked
but-
it.
Oh, okay. I did not mean to say it like that. Anyways, Real says the car is fine, could be a little looser. He's getting an air pressure adjustment in the 48. He comes out the leader.
Yeah, the 48. There's no one to catch up to, Real. Everyone pit. Real in the 48. But let's go ahead and talk to Napa in the 1, who just stole stage 1
from Savage. Hey, Napa, it's Crimson and Ally in the PRA booth. You got us?
I got ya.
Yeah, so an exciting end to the stage. You managed to get to the inside last second, and Savage was running out of fuel. So, would you mind explaining a little bit there? What was going through your mind?
So when I was practicing, I had done 40 laps. Like I was doing my fuel run in practice. So I knew you can only make 38 laps. So I decided to save and fall back a little bit. And then when there was 2 to go, I just started pushing it and hopefully get that much, like past real, because I knew he was trying to save and not run out before the line. So I took advantage of that.
Alright, well, turns out that it worked here in Stage 1, and you're going to be second off the restart here, Napa. Anything you'd like to say, Ally?
Obviously after that stage win, I want to ask you, how confident are you, that you can win? And, do you think it's gonna be a battle between you and Savage, or you think other people are gonna get in it?
I'm pretty confident that I could actually get this win. I don't think Savage is going to be a bigger threat to me since he's just slow and I can't stand it. So I'm just trying to keep up with Real and pray that he doesn't do anything stupid to me.
Alright then, thank you for your time, Napa. I'll put you back in VC. Well, it's gonna be GNT. But, an exciting Stage 1, we figured out about what the fuel run is, so we'll be watching that, and depending on strategy in Stage 2, that could shape up Stage 3's strategy, and we might have a fuel finish, though I doubt it. But anyway, Real will be leading us to the green, with Napa behind, and in third place, the number 19 of Storm. Coming towards the green this time. There will be, of course, single file restarts, leader controls, and nobody can go before him. But here we go, green this time.
We head down at the one we're facing as Real with the first pit box. That's definitely a big factor. He not only did he get off a pit road before Napa, but he got off a pit road with a gap. Even after having to correct his car, we will restart on lap 46 here in the Coca-Cola 200 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Penultimate race of the PRA season, and this race basically determines who's left in the chase and who isn't.
Yeah, here we go! Coming back to the green flag for Stage 2, Real's gonna be leading him to the green. We're back underway, and a late restart from the 48. But he still gets the jump, and they're double file behind. 3 wide almost.
Look at Storm, that entire the entire pack. Now almost all of them making contact with each other. We're getting some single file action now down there. Napa looking nearly 3 wide as we come up for Napa to the inside.
And beaten and banging to lead the lap, and it was Napa. Once again, close call.
They could not make the first stage, but I have some higher hopes about making the second stage.
Especially because I think these guys are going to be conserving a little bit. And of course, I don't think that they used quite as much fuel under pacing. So they have a little bit more fuel, and they're probably going to be saving a little bit, dialing it back now that they know what they can run. And I think Stage 2 could possibly go the whole way.
Storm, of course, going for his first career win, and he's in third right now. Yeah, going for his first career win. He's in third. Contended for it at Dover, ended up with a, funny enough, third place finish, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did get third or fourth. I think it was third. But anyways, as Napa continues to lead in Charlotte, and he has a sizable gap over the 48, some breathing room, but that can all go away in an instant, and we know that.
And I mean, I think if Nappa can get a big enough gap, then his own trick may be used on himself. As they head down the front straightaway, Nappa will lead on his lap 50 of 133.
Yeah, this race, of course, going really quick. We haven't even been live for an hour, and we're getting through stage 2. But we'll, of course, see how long the final bit of this race takes. But right now, we're moving nice and smoothly along as Nappa continues to lead with Real behind. It's been a wreck-free, calm race, the only caution for stage 1's end. And right now, Nappa is leading off stage 2, where he finished the first one.
And this is the patriotic race. It is all about America and
Honoring the fallen.
yes, and just another reminder, if you wonder why we're pulling down pit road at the end of stage 2 is for a moment of silence for the fallen military personnel of the United States. We will throw the red flag for that. We'll go back under caution.
Yeah.
When the moment of silence is over. Back to racing. Real still has a pretty short gap over to the one. Can't be more than a car length, maybe 2. So head back through turns 1 and 2.
Without a doubt. I don't even know what you said. I was kind of spacing out. Alright, so Nappa continues to lead. Real behind in second. Real's closing the gap. Can he make a pass, or does he want to stay behind this one for a little bit here in Charlotte? And of course, I have a feeling these guys are conserving, because just look at this. The field isn't as spread out as it was before. I think that these guys are kind of dialing it back, trying to save a little bit.
So, more info on Pocono as Savage makes a move on Storm. A lot of storylines happened last weekend, and one of them was the Crank It Up curse. I'll probably give it another go. For Crank It Up here in Charlotte, of course, if it is fine with you doing so.
Yeah, let's do it.
Coming back from Crank It Up here in the Charlotte Motor Speedway, coming towards 20 laps to go in stage 2, which ends on lap 80. We saw Real take the lead, and right there, Nappa and Savage got together. Stuff's starting to heat up, and I believe that Vic, how in the world did he get in the infield?
I'm sorry?
Something came up on your piece. Okay. So, as Vic here is going to take the access road and merge back with the field here, That is quite the thing to come back to after Crank It Up.
Fans got a kick out of that one.
As, Vic is going to have to be one lap down for the remainder of the stage, he'll be able to get his lap back for the beginning of the final stage. As Real continues to lead in Charlotte, and he's hoping he has enough time to win stage number 2 and get himself a few extra points so that he can remain in that championship battle.
The sun's going down here in Charlotte. It's time to duel. We're really here in the duel at dusk. As we're gonna head into night, you can see the moon off the 2 slowly coming up. Real's pretty sizable lead over Napa, as Savage now in 3rd.
And the lights are on, and we're ready to get going night racing from Charlotte as the 48 continues to lead the Coca-Cola 200. We're night racing halfway through stage 2. 19 laps to go in the stage, and the 48 for IR Motorsports trying to recover this a undesirable chase experience.
So they head through 3 and 4 now, as we got 4 chase drivers that are in and 4 that seem to be out, as that contains Aiden, Chesko, Laser, and I forgot the last guy.
Laser? Where'd you get Laser?
Wait.
Are you talking about all of the chase contenders that aren't even in the championship fight?
Yeah.
I think Carter. Did you get Carter?
Oh yeah, Carter. I have not seen him once this season. That is interesting. As they head through 1, Real still the leader, seems to be gaining on Napa.
Yeah, as Real in the 48 continues to lead, he has almost a second of a gap, and I really think that what's changed the course of this race so far is when Napa and Savage got together down the backstretch those few laps ago. And right now, they're still in a battle for the position, and Real has a 1-second lead now in the Coca-Cola 200.
If it's elementary on Real, am I allowed to say how much fuel they have? Because
I'd prefer not, just because this is a
That's
fuel
fine.
race at the moment, so.
Alright, totally understandable. And what I'm noticing is the fuel's going down pretty quick.
Yeah, fuel
I'm
is
sure that's
without a
cool.
doubt going down quick, but it of course depends on the driver. Some drivers are guzzling gas, some aren't. So this is gonna get interesting.
So I'm looking at Savage here now. One second, he hits the wall off the corner. Of course, he could try what the one in the 48 did in stage 1 to get up to him. As Napa looks to sweep the stage and is lap 80.
As Napa continues to lead, to be second, behind Real. Stage ends on lap 80, Red. Right now, lap 67 underway in this 133 lap event. The Coca-Cola 200 at Charlotte next season. We're getting it's getting another 100 miles added to it.
So if you just zoom out a little, you're gonna be able to see it when we come through here. Yeah, if you just zoom out a little, you're gonna be able to see the moon in the sky as the sun going down. And right now, we just have some clean racing, no cautions so far. The 77 on the back looks like it's gonna do anything out.
Correction, no incident-related cautions.
Oh. So not counting stage cautions here after watching cup races. Now, they head back through one. I'm looking at Storm and Vic here. I mean, a lot of these drivers are basically in 2-car tandems.
And frustrations on the radio from the 19, and contact between him and Vic in the 8. Vic is a lapped car. Go! And around goes Vic in the 8, hard into the inside. No, he barely avoids it. He's gonna get back going. We stay green. Oh, man. And Storm, that's gonna be a warning. That's something. I'd like to not see that. But, we stay green.
And I hate to have coming back to Pocono, but obviously that race, tons of sliding, and you're not seeing a lot of that here. Cars clipping off the front stretch chicane. It doesn't seem like that's happening. And I mean, really, this is a different track for Pocono. It is an oval, so.
I mean, Pocono is also
Definitely.
an oval.
Kind of. I mean, it's a triangle.
Shut up. But, yeah, so of course we see some guys clipping the front stretch chicane, but others aren't, with 9 laps to go for real. I don't think I've seen this 48 clip that front stretch chicane once today, though he has had a few hits into that wall.
And I mean, it really seems like hugging the inside here is the best way to go. And the outside, it could definitely have something to it, but you don't really want to go up there. You want to stay with the pack. And I mean, the inside is just the proven best lane. Is a 2 wide back with Savage and Napa.
Yeah. And now headed down
They're
into turn
further
3. Real right now is pulling away. He's trying to get a stage win, and that's going to elevate him headed into Homestead. And beaten and banging, oh, sideways! Almost around goes Napa! What a save! Napa and Savage beaten and banging down the front stretch. Frustrations coming out here in Charlotte.
I believe Napa was laying on the 77 down the back straightaway. There wasn't any room between those two cars. I think that sparked the contact down the front stretch. Napa will get the position, though.
Yeah, Napa continues to hold on to P2, and him and Savage, they're going at it now. I don't think that there's any more niceness in this stage. They want whatever points they can get, because I think that first is out of the picture for them now. 2 seconds of a lead to Real in the 48. He's just running away right now.
Nearly perfectly 2 seconds, I may add, as they will come down the front straightaway. Real hits the line. Now it's down to 1.8. Something could be going on between Napa. No, Napa seems to be pulling away a fair little bit from Savage, as Red, again, 14 seconds back, and he's just running this race seemingly for fun. But I wouldn't blame him.
And right now, looking at fuel, I see a few concerning numbers. Actually, I see only one concerning number right now from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. But Real in the 48 continues to lead, and this is gonna be a very close stage for second, at least.
I mean, talking about Red here, running the race for fun. May I mention he's running the Canada car.
The Canada car in the American race.
That is simply not acceptable.
As Napa gets a little bit away from this 77. I don't think Napa wants to be near him come stage end. And Red just said L.
It is officially nighttime here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. 2 laps to go here on stage number 2, and Real is far away with it.
Yeah, Real, that's something he needed. And of course, once the stage ends, we'll come down pit road for a moment of silence. But we still have a lap and a half.
They're coming around to white flag in the stage. Doesn't look like anything anybody can do to stop Real from winning the stage. They head off at 4. White flag in stage number 2.
And Real in the 48 is gonna collect another stage win. Redemption from Magello, I guess. As the 48 gonna head down through turns 3 and 4. You can do this finishing call.
Real comes down the front straight lane. He will win stage 2 at I have no idea what I said. At Charlotte. And now the caution is out.
And
So
we're gonna end the stage, and Real actually has 30 minutes before he has to go, I think. So he can run a little bit of stage 3 if he wants and try and get some more laps led. Try and help his chances at that bonus. Oh, you don't know when you gotta go? Alright then. So just go as long, I guess. But anyways, we're gonna head down pit road this time, stop at the end of pit road, and we'll have our moment of silence. You are not allowed to pit. If you pit, you will be given a drive-through when we go back green.
A red flag should be thrown here.
We're going to stop at the end of pit road here.
As Rich has been preparing us, or else his car has, seemingly. So this is the race where you remember...
Guys, give some room, for 1, and for 2. I said stop at the end of pits, and y'all kept going. Give some room to each other. Give some room to each other.
This is the race where we commemorate the fallen military personnel.
Well, hold on. Nope, get back in your car. You're giving each other room. I want this to actually look genuine. Give each other room! Get off each other's bumpers! I'm waiting, those of you in the back. Red, back up a little bit. Vic, back up a little bit. More, Vic. Thank you. Alright, then. Alright, and as the drivers are gonna jump out of their cars, and silence will fall over the Speedway here in Charlotte, North Carolina. That means jump out of your car. Everyone out of their car. And now, today is a day in which we honor fallen members of the military who made the ultimate sacrifice while serving to protect this nation. Without them, there would be no America, and we would not be racing here today in the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Please join us for a moment of silence in honor of all who served. Thank you. 2 stages complete from the Charlotte Motor Speedway as the drivers get back in their cars, and we buckle up for our final segment of racing in Concord, North Carolina. As we wait on a few more drivers to get their engines started back up here. And that moment of silence is gonna mean a lot more when we hold it on Memorial Day weekend. Go ahead and pace 90, and we will be pitting next time around.
Napa he's not AFK. Thought he was.
Napa, I think, is taking a bathroom break. No, he's not.
He was.
Okay.
That's why you. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, as we're gonna be headed back down pit road here. In the Charlotte Motor Speedway. This time
Fuel.
for pit stops. Pits are open.
His fuel is definitely very low for a lot of these. One of the drivers, Savage is on 1 milliliter of fuel.
That is ridiculous. That's
He
ridiculous.
Savage cannot conserve fuel, I guess.
Yeah, now here's the thing about this here. This race, this final stage, and we know this, if someone conserves and puts their heart into conserving, they can run this race with no more pit stops after this one. They can finish this race with this pit stop. But the likelihood of that happening, and Vic, you will be sent to the back. That is just ridiculous, way out of pit box.
The 77 of Savage to the lead.
But yeah, so, if you put your heart to conserving, I do believe you are able to finish the race on this tank of fuel now.
If we do restart on lap 85, then that will be, let me just math in my head real quick.
Green next time.
It is over 40 laps here, and 33 laps was about the green flag length of last stage. Maybe a bit more than that.
Alright then.
Green flag.
Here we go. Green this time. Single file restart. Savage will have control over the restart here in Charlotte. Nobody can go before him. He can go anytime in the restart zone. If you jump, you will be given a drive-through. Two stages complete from Charlotte. One more to go.
And so I don't know if this is just a me thing, but could you switch it back to caution because it still says red flag?
Oh, yeah. I forgot to get stage 2, I think.
Well, I mean, we're only the real one, not the second, Savage third.
Here we go! Savage leading us back to the green flag in Charlotte. We're back underway.
As they head down into one, you see the reel to the inside of Savage. He will try for the position, and Savage gets a run down the back, but it's not going to be enough here for the 77.
As the 77 trying to get below the 48. Does he do it? Not quite. Reel's gonna clear and lead lap 85 here in the Coca-Cola 200.
Now they head down through 1 and 2 again. Here in stage 3, Reel off of 2. Your stage 2 winner. I don't know, I put that up. It just happened. As they head through 3 and 4.
Can you commentate for a minute? I need to do something.
Yeah. So before they go, Reel is the leader. And not much moving in the pack. Savage and Napa close to each other. As now Savage falling back. Napa falling back, sorry. As Vic on the inside of the 99, I still have no idea what to call him. And they head down the front straightaway. Vic on the inside, beating and banging with the 99. And the 99 gets shoved up the track. Storm could be looking for the position. They're 3 wide there. Off of 2, Sabine and Meng between the 8 and the 19. Tempers continue to flare as they head through 3 and 4. The 8 at the wall.
Alright, I'm back. Lots of contact further back. Tempers flaring between these two. Down the front straightaway in Charlotte.
Napa got a little squirrely down the front as the 8 still got out of the inside of the 99. He's not going to get there. And starting to see what a lot of people say about Vic. But, alas, he is still racing here.
And right now he is
Yep.
running 6th in the Coca-Cola 200. Real is hoping that he can finish the race somehow. Though the chance is slim, we're expecting within maybe 20 minutes that he has to go. That's my guess at least. But hoping that he can run the most possible, get a few bonuses, of course the stages help, and if he can, win the race. Because
So it's
personally,
almost like-
I would love to see that 48 in victory lane.
I mean, you love the team, but I mean, I feel like I would also, because he is my friend, and he's also your friend.
Yeah, and he hasn't
So-
won since the Daytona 150. He's had so many opportunities, and something's gone wrong. And this time he has the pace, he's had the luck thus far, and all he needs is for family timing to work out. Which is very rare in this community.
Not much passing. Now, I know we've already had a crank it up section. I think we could do another one. Wanna go?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. We're gonna have another Crank It Up here in the Coca-Cola 200. Welcome back to the Charlotte Motor Speedway and the Coca-Cola 200. That was our second Crank It Up of the day, and right now Real continues to lead by 1.398 seconds across the line. This time, it's gonna be 1.014. Savage is on the move, as is the number 1, that's Napa. 3 chase contenders, all in the top 3 here in Charlotte.
Now, the last time the 48 slid off of 2 down below the blue line.
And that might be what hurt. Let's
As
see.
Vic and the 99 are going at it back here. Vic slams the wall off the corner and he is clear.
as the gap did shrink between Real and Savage this time, though not by as much as the lap prior. Coming towards 34 laps to go from the Charlotte Motor Speedway and the Coca-Cola 200, Real is still in the lead, and that time the gap grows in his favor.
I don't think anybody really took your comments about saving all too much, as I'm
I'm
I think we
thinking
still
they're
got
planning on making one more pit stop late race and then pushing it as hard as they can to the end.
now. I'm not saying that. As the 48 comes down the front straightaway, down into one, and we have billboards all the way up across the track. Now, I don't believe there's a catch fence in turn 3, and it's just some billboards, although we might have catch fence. No, there's no catch fence there.
Yeah, the catch fence
Be there?
will be there in season 5. It's that we didn't have a new version of Charlotte at our disposal early enough. So, but
It would be very,
yeah.
it would be very unfortunate. Oh, sorry.
No, you can talk.
It would be very unfortunate if we had a crank it up segments next to the turn 3. No catch fence, just wooden boards.
Yeah, yeah.
You go to
As Real
Pennsylvania, they would-
continues to lead from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, this time by the gap grows again, 1.5 seconds to the 77 of Savage. Let's listen in on the radio of the 77. Let's just hope that he keeps it mild.
Alright, Rio, you're gaining on it, so if your parents don't make you leave, you almost have this in the bag. So we're gonna go like plan A for pitting, right? Or we might be able to push it longer to plan B. We're putting on lap 123, right?
As there are radio communications from the 77 talking with the 48 of Real, trying to make some plans on the future of the race and some fuel strategy. Very interesting how some secret communications end up working out, as I think that Real, Savage, and maybe one or two others are the only group in the league that have figured out a way of communicating with each other with the current communication rules.
As I heard the lap they're pitting, kinda interesting there. I'm not
We'll
gonna-
have to see.
I'm not gonna exactly bring it up because of last week, but
It's very interesting watching this strategy at play. So many drivers have different strategies, and right now Real is running away 1.7 seconds this 48 has over the rest of the field.
well, this isn't his biggest gap of the day. As
I think his biggest is 2.
Yeah, his biggest is 2 seconds and 1/1000th of a second.
Yeah. But right now, I think that it's still growing. Real in the 48, he is on rails, and if he can finish this race, that's gonna be such a fairy tale race for the 48, and it's gonna put him so much back into this championship fight. This is the race that he needs. He just needs to finish it.
How many points has he gotten from stages?
I think 5. And I believe he's collected most laps led and maybe halfway bonuses as well. I'll have to double check that statistic, but I think he did get halfway and MLL. So that leads him to 7 points, and with this race having 8 drivers compete, if he wins, that gives him another 8. That gets him 15 points, so he'll be in that championship battle, but of course, the other drivers are still there. So, it's not the greatest gain, but he'll definitely still be in it.
If Real were to get all of these points, it would be an absolute nightmare race for DB, who could not show up today.
Because he will
Plans
be
to run-
overtaken by all 3 other chase contenders in these leading 4.
He planned to show up in an a Chevrolet Camaro, but he could not show up, so he will be running the PlayStation car at Homestead.
Yeah, a very unique scheme. Cannot wait to see that on track in the final race of the season. But right now, Real is leading by 2.333 seconds over Savage in the 77. Still on rails in Charlotte, coming towards 22 laps to go in the Coca-Cola 200.
As Red now back down to 16 seconds, the most he's fallen in this race, you can see him about a half a lap behind.
Yeah, right now,
would
not
say
the
about-
greatest race for him, but I think by now he's just in it for fun, and he's cheering on his IR Motorsports teammate.
Of course he's in it for fun, he's in the Canada car.
And if he ends up a lapped car, I would not be surprised if he helps his teammate, who's right now leading this race in Charlotte.
Real has a full front stretch of a gap here, and now the gap is 2.25 seconds as they head down
Starting
the
to
back straightaway here.
stabilize out. I'm wondering if Real and Savage have kind of found a spot they want to be, and they're just gonna ride here. Because I'm
Storm
seeing the
looking-
gap stabilized, but does Real gain or does Savage gain this time? It stays the exact same.
I mean, maybe they're just getting more consistent with their laps, staying about the same speed, trying to minimize gap changes. It seems like they are communicating with each other as Fred Gaines loses another another 2 seconds, sorry. Not another 18.
That's like road course numbers. As we get a little bit of lag here, but we keep it going. And Real in the 48 continues to lead in Charlotte as the field spreads out more. He's had such a textbook day, this 48, as I think he's coming into pit.
And here comes Savage and Storm with him as they come down pit road. Real says the car is absolutely perfect. No changes to 48 Geico Chevrolet Camaro. As the 77 says he might need the 19 says he might need a small air pressure adjustment. As you can see, Real here, we are in his pit box for the commentary box today as he rolls off.
Yeah, and he's going to roll off pit road, a great pit stop for that number 48 Geico machine, and I think he's going to just barely stay on the lead lap, though Storm is going to be lapped, and Savage is also going to end up lapped by the one of Napa, but it's not too bad of a gap. Right now,
You could say
we're seeing if the one is going to come in next.
this is a perfect storm for the 48. A fast pit stop, the first pit box, the pole, a stage 2 in most laps led, halfway, and just a ton of other stuff.
Yeah, right now, this is a great day for the 48, and he still doesn't have to go. Real is still fighting.
It would be an absolute heartbreak if he had to go on the white flag. That would just absolutely shatter everything this race has built up to. Is Napa down yet? No, Napa stays out another lap.
I'm
Basically.
wondering if Napa wants to use his entire fuel run and then push maybe just a little bit harder. Like, I mean, fuel security is fine. There's not going to be any issues, but just, I mean, stuff can happen, and you may want that extra few laps on fuel security.
4 people have not pitted yet. Red gained all of 2 whole seconds due to the pit cycle. Basically, his only gain today.
As Napa in the 1 still has not taken off the track into pit road. But we will see when that occurs.
He comes down this
And
time.
he's gonna come in this time. Vic's gonna inherit the race lead in Charlotte, and this green flag stop cycle is quite the interesting one. As Napa heads down pit road, and he is gonna pull in to that pit stall and get some fuel.
It's looking like we may not have a legitimate caution this race.
Yeah, and that's quite the story. As now
And-
Vic in the 8, still your leader. He's staying out a little longer, coming towards 11 laps to go. We're right now at 12.
I'm keeping my eyes on Real and the gains he can make through this pit cycle, currently 5th. Now 3 people haven't pitted, as Napa now falls into 4th. Nope, all behind Real as just looking at the ticker.
Yeah. And right now I'm wondering on fuel. I don't think Beast and Red have enough, but if they do, they definitely don't want to be letting Real and company gain.
So, off at turn number 4. Let's see how much Real has. He had 23 seconds last time. Now he has 22. .9. So he's definitely gaining.
As we
And it
are
looks like
waiting
this-
still on your race leader of Vic to choose to come on down into pit road here down the back straightaway.
Well, he had the fuel to stay out for a couple of laps, and maybe he thinks that's the right decision. But it's 10 laps to go. Pitting late in the race would most likely absolutely destroy it.
If I had to guess, Vic's coming in this time. If I had to guess. And then it'll just be Beast and Red yet to come down and get their fuel. I wonder if they're trying to pull some strategy here to gain a better finish.
So Beast is 7 seconds behind Vic. Currently, Storm is a lap down on pit cycle as Vic comes down here. Prediction was correct.
Yeah, and that's gonna leave Beast to inherit the race lead here down the front straightaway. I think that's the first time he'll be leading all day.
Yeah.
As Vic
So-
comes in.
You may see Vic is 4/10 behind Beast. That is just the ticker, and that's just the product of Beast catching up right before Vic hit the line on pit road.
And this time, the true gap will be displayed, and we'll see Red up to P2 in that number 88 for IR Motorsports. He's trying it. He's trying something. And if Real and Red can do something, if either of them can make some magic happen, that'll be such a story. But right
Red?
now, Real's gaining on Red. It's not over yet.
I wouldn't
And
be surprised
Beast
to see Red
still has
blow
fuel. He's saving a lot too.
Red has the most fuel out of the pack that hasn't pitted, but there's only 2 cars, so it's not really that hard of a achievement. Napa seems pretty mad at Vic for something.
Beast still just trying to hold on, try and win. And if he wins, this is gonna be so insane. And that'll be the second time in a row that a Ford wins at Charlotte. The only time a Chevy's won at Charlotte thus far is Season 1. Season 2 was a Toyota, and Season 3 was a Ford.
Napa is saying Vic Wall Road, but Beast leads. Now he's running out of fuel slowly. He could maybe make it to the end, but I'm not quite sure.
I don't know. He's starting to lose a lot, and I don't know at this point, unless he starts saving ridiculous amounts, that might be it. And he's down on the apron. What is he? Oh, and round goes the 99. The 99 of Beast goes around here in Charlotte and up the track. What is happening? Did he disconnect? No, I'm wondering if he lagged. He's up on the track. He's on the racing surface. 2 laps to go. He's on the apron. So if he can get it back going, he gets it back going. He is out of danger barely. No, he's back on the track. I want to keep it green. Beast, you gotta go. Beast, you gotta go. Okay.
Yeah. Real has pulled off the track. He's parked at 2 laps
And
to go.
Real has to go. Real has to go. That leaves Red with the lead. And how big is that lead? Oh my goodness, the 88 of Red. He has a 5-second lead with 2 to go. Beast disconnected, Real disconnected. We keep it green. I don't even know what just happened.
Real having to go, sets it up for Red.
And white flag presented by Debit to Bank. Next flag ends the race for the 88. And it's been such an incredible day for him. He's been waiting for this day. He has raced every single season, including season 0. He's been screwed out of so much. And finally, Red in the 88 for IR Motorsports out of the final corner is gonna win the Coca-Cola 200.
In the Canada car.
And everyone in the field. Red just did that.
And, he's raced every season, and it's just an incredibly meaningful win. He is incredibly pumped up here in the grass.
Red just got that. And we just got word that Beast's TV turned off.
What?
He lost that race because his TV turned off. Everyone can head to pit road except for Red, who can head to the start finish line. Oh wait, he's on 47 milliliters.
He's not out.
He just went last to first. You need fuel? Okay, someone pit him to the entry. Someone bring him to the entry limiter. So like Savage, can you push him to the entry limiter, and then he can go back and get fuel and head to the start finish line.
Not cool, dude. Not cool, Vic.
Red just did it.
Being clowned by me all race. Had an 18-second disadvantage. Real had to go with 2 laps to go. Beast TV turned off. And this is how Red got the win in Charlotte. And you see some other Chevys both running patriotic schemes for America. It's gonna look so awkward in victory lane.
Oh my goodness, and Red just finally won his first career win for IR Motorsports in the 88. He saved enough fuel, he put himself in position, and a little bit of good luck came his way. And now he gets to burn it down. And I don't think anyone's mad at the winner for this race. So Red, go ahead and hit the limiter, then head to the start-finish line.
Red, this is his first career win.
This is his first career win.
Wow. And it's a great
The
take by
strategy
our-
worked out. You can head to the start-finish line, Red. I'm waiting.
Well, it looks like he's gonna head to the start-finish line, and he's gonna get those three. Wait, hold on. He's gonna get those 2 magic words, so he can burn out here at Charlotte.
Of course. Once I have everything set up. So that's what you're gonna have to accelerate and turn into once I tell you to, okay, Red? So just like go go here. So back up to me. Okay, stop. Alright, and you're just gonna sit there while I do what I need to do. Red just got his first career win after he's been racing. Dude, he's been racing since late 2020 in this league. Like back in the founding era of this league when we were figuring stuff out. And when we were racing on public games. Then he raced in Season 0, then he raced in Season 1, and in Season 0 he was alright. Season 1 he got screwed out of a few. Season 2 he raced, got screwed out of a few. Season 3 he raced and got screwed out of 1 or 2. And this season he finally managed to do it on fuel strategy nonetheless. And that's just... that's incredible. Alright, accelerate and turn into the block. So press like W
Alright,
a day or
well-
something until you hit the block.
It looks like I already said. It looks like not real. Red
You're stuck?
is no.
Yeah, you need to accelerate and turn at the same time. Yeah, there
Looks
you
like
go.
Red's
There
gonna
you go,
get
there you
those
go.
magic
Stop,
words.
stop. Because now we make this transparent. And we're going to add smoke. I'll tell you when you can go crazy. Not quite yet, though. And Red, for the first time in your PRA career, it's taken way too long, but you get to go crazy here in Charlotte. The 88, sponsored by Canadian Tire. He wanted to join the team. I let him join the team. He wanted to stay for another season if possible. And I think this win may or may not have just locked up that decision that he gets to stay with the team in the 88. Red finally gets it done in Charlotte, and boy am I struggling to get a good picture. I'm hoping I get 1 or 2. And afterwards, Red, would you mind a interview? Alright, I'm gonna try and get 2 more pictures. That one was probably bad. I probably got 1 or 2 good. Alright, Red, you can head to Victory Lane. And we'll be interviewing Red first, and then Savage, and then we'll head out. And we'll have our off week before going to Charlotte. But Red finally got it done and won the Coca-Cola 200. Oh, did I say Charlotte? Whoops. I meant Homestead! It's been a long day. Alright, gonna get this picture. Red gets to stand. Try and stand like at the top of your windshield. Because that's usually the best spot. Or there. That works, yeah. Yeah. Oh no, you fell. You gotta kinda... That's awkward. And we'll get one or two more pictures. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. He just won in Charlotte. And what a day it's been. And we're gonna try and get this one shot because I just think it would look so cool. There we go. Alright then. Well, Red, let's, I guess it's time for your interview. Hey, Red. Alright. Let me know when you're ready. Hello? Hi? You can't hear? Rigged? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, hi. Alright. You're unmuted. Hello, Red. How are you doing?
Now good. I don't know how.
Well, you just got your first career win after years of struggling. How do you feel?
Amazed? Surprised? I don't know what happened. Like, I'm gonna be real. The only reason I won that race is because Beast wrecked. And his TV. Probably the reason I won.
Yeah.
And if Beast had his TV just completely die, I would not be here right now. But I don't know.
Yeah, and of course, that big win, finally for you. You've had so much frustration getting screwed out of so much. I mean, it dates back, at least in my memory, to season 1 Talladega, and it's been season after season, race after race since then, and you finally got it. I mean, surely that's just a huge thing for you, finally being able to get rid of that burden.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it came here. I thought it would, with my skill set, I thought it would be at a plate track, but no, it came here. Just pitch strategy worked out perfectly. And I was like, as soon as real pitted, I'm like, might as well try and save. One lap, I vividly remember I saved like so much on the entire back stretch. I didn't even use the W key. That's how much I saved. I'm like, this is gonna turn out either really good or really bad.
Alright, and one more question before I let Ally have a turn. You weren't even planning on using the strategy. According to chat messages, you just decided, you know what, I'll give it a try, and it worked out. Would you mind explaining a little more on that?
I'm like, the only reason I saved is because you said, oh, there's a chance that you can save from right now to the end of the race. And I'm like, might as well try it, just for the fun of it. Because there was no way that I was going to win either way, and that I was going to somehow get like a top 5 at least.
Oh, but you won!
I know, which is, in my opinion, kind of weird. I don't be in victory lane that much. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, but when you do, it's always grand, and I do remember when you won here in a different league. I'm trying to remember. Was it BNA?
Yes, it was BNA. That was my last, I guess I could say, top league was at BNA Charlotte.
Yeah, so, once again, putting yourself where you want to be. Congratulations on that there, Red. And I'll now turn over the interview to Ally.
There's just one thing I want to ask you. How did it feel to win the American, like literally the American race, in the, maple syrup Tim Hortons sorry car?
Hang on. Honestly, I was thinking like if they somehow let me win in a Canadian car at probably the most American race this season, I'll be I'll make Canada happy. And guess what? I apparently make Canada happy today.
Alright then. Well, thank you for your time, Red. We're gonna go ahead and let you celebrate this victory. And we're gonna go
Alright.
ahead and interview the 77 of Savage, who had an alright day and finished, I think he finished third? P2, alright. Well, Savage, you got up to P2 and overall had a great day, led some laps, got to be up front, and it's putting yourself in a great spot for the season 4 championship. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Today was the day we really needed. Last time I was at Charlotte in a different league, I won due to a last lap pass. I just wasn't able to get there in time. A couple more like 10 laps, I think I would have been close. I don't know if I could have gotten it done, but I would have been close. And the IR allies with Savage finished 1-2, so that's an amazing day.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunate for real, though, for sure.
oh, absolutely.
I mean,
That was a heartbreak. It was honestly on the line for the entirety of stage 2.
and also, I want to ask, what happened there after the end of, I think, that second radioactive? What happened between you and Nappa down the back straightaway? I saw both of you head down towards the apron.
Yeah, I got tied off the corner. He hit the wall. He bounced off, and we both just got turned down to the apron.
Mm.
It was just a racing incident. Napa finished P3, so we were sticking together like glue on paper.
Yeah.
It was crazy how equally paced we were.
Alright, then.
Ally, anything for Savage?
Going into Homestead, of course, you were one of the 3-4 drivers, still in contention here for the championship, and it's a lot more than last season, I can tell you that. How are you feeling going into Homestead in 2 weeks, having a shot at championship?
A rookie champion, I don't think it's gonna happen, but if I pull the most Austin Dillon Mickey crap out my bum, it might happen, but I know I'm Mickey, but I ain't that Mickey.
Well, I guess you could call it, technically you could call it championship 4 since there is 4 drivers here. Half of those are rookies, so could be something to watch out for.
No, not really. I'm the only rookie that's in the top 4 right now, contending for this, really.
Oh no, is DB not a rookie?
DB's a veteran.
No.
Oh.
I'm the only rookie. Rookie team,
Muffle.
rookie drivers. I'm just glad that we've shown what we can do this season. Why is there a big old smiley-headed dude?
I feel like you should be standing on red. He has a pretty flat head there.
And we got Walter dancing on me. Walter got a little bit of a facelift.
Alright then, well, thank you for your time, Savage. Congrats on the P2, and overall a great day for the allied teams IR and Savage Motorsports. But I unfortunately am going to end the broadcast here, and we're going to begin our off week and preparations for the final race of the season. At the Homestead Miami Speedway, the season finale 150. I'm Crimson and Sill, your host of the Peak Racing Association. Red just got his first career win in the Peak Racing Association after a very tough battle that lasted for, 4 years now? So, very earned and deserved for that driver of the 88. But that's where we're gonna end it off, and I will see you on July 6th for the season finale 150. Goodbye.
Bye.